Have you ever been in a conversation that felt off, where you sensed it was less about connection and more about control, and wished you had the tools to handle the conversation with more calm and strength? If something within you desires to stay in control while keeping your peace, sit back and take in this timeless wisdom from Mastering Toxic People. Become Unshakable by T. Santoro. This talk will guide you through wisdom, awareness, mastery, keeping your peace, personal space, and the desire to stay in control of your peace. The philosopher Lao Tzu once said, "He who conquers others is strong, but he who conquers himself is mighty." Imagine this. You are having a peaceful lunch in between a busy workday when an acquaintance notices you and sits down beside you. At first, the conversation is calm and pleasant, but before you even realize it, you find yourself defending your thoughts and your beliefs. The toxic manipulator is already several moves ahead, trying to slip their evil into your peace. Our talk today will help you recognize toxic behavior as you will begin to utilize the art of mastering toxic people. You will soon notice how easily you can move through their attacks with calm strength while keeping your peace and balance intact. Each tool is a step toward mastering yourself, not others. Know that your higher self has invited you to this talk. Let's begin. The first tool in your Mastering Toxic People toolbox is wisdom. This is your first line of defense. Your awareness rises as you begin to recognize that what you are sensing and thinking is real. Notice it clearly in your thoughts. Ask yourself, is this person trying to control the conversation, creating a story about me that makes me defend something that is not even mine? If the answer is yes, even if it surprises you, know this, dear souls. In that moment, you have become wise and have identified what is happening. Through this wisdom, you have stopped the hidden tactics of the toxic manipulator's assault. What you just did was regain control, and by doing so, the toxic manipulator begins to lose power over your truth. The key to understanding this is knowing that for the toxic manipulator, it becomes a game. They will continue testing you to see how far they can reach into your peace. Unfortunately, many who fall under this assault never had the wisdom to see what was happening to their peace. But not you, dear listener. You are too wise to allow this darkness to take your peace. Fellow souls, I speak to you as if you are here with me right now. From my heart to yours, thank you for trusting me, and thank you for trusting yourself. As we accept and respect our truth, we know we are kind and caring people. We approach each day with love in our hearts. The toxic manipulator seeks that kindness. They look for gentle hearts, caring souls, and anyone they believe they can control or dominate. You may have that gentle, loving spirit and open heart they believe they can control. What they do not know is that you have entered the school of mastering toxic people, and you are becoming unshakable. You are now developing the skill of a trained martial artist. Yet this skill is far more powerful, because it begins within. You are becoming a force of calm strength, even when the toxic manipulator believes they can guide your thoughts where they want them to go. Once they face you, they will shift their tactics. This is why we continue adding tools to our Mastering Toxic People toolbox. As Mel Robbins reminds us, confidence is not built by shouting louder, but by proving to yourself that you can handle hard things, one calm choice at a time. The second tool in the Mastering Toxic People toolbox is awareness. As you begin to notice a calm feeling within, you start to slow everything down. You step back and pause. Breathe in, breathe out. Calm and steady. This simple practice of awareness protects you in many ways. As you look into the eyes of the toxic manipulator, you begin to speak in a slow and gentle rhythm. This calm, steady tone becomes your power. Understand that the toxic manipulator is trying to pressure you and catch you off guard, forcing you to defend yourself against their hidden attacks. Even when they try to mask it with a playful attitude, they want the conversation to move quickly. But now, armed with awareness, you keep your pace calm and steady, free from emotional reaction. Know this about the toxic individual. Their main goal is always to keep the focus away from themselves. Most toxic people have very little self-esteem. If they tell a joke at your expense and see that you do not laugh, they may say, "What's the matter? Don't you have a sense of humor?" as an attempt to pull you out of your peace. But now you know it is far more powerful to stay centered. You can reply calmly, "I love to laugh. Tell me a good joke about yourself." That simple shift often stops them in their tracks and ends their attempt to control the moment. Deflection is real. It is one of the most common manipulator tactics, and is often followed by a small character attack designed to pull you back into their web of control. This is why they constantly try to shift attention away from themselves, even when they disguise it beneath a twisted sense of humor. The third tool in mastering toxic people is mastery. As you embody the art of mastering toxic people, you begin to become unshakable. This becomes your new approach when you are confronted by a toxic manipulator. Not only will this center you, but it will also give you the body language of someone who is in control of their thoughts. The toxic manipulator will notice this. Trust me. Remember, this is all a game to them. It has nothing to do with connection and everything to do with control. The truth is, toxic manipulators act from darkness, and we will go further into this as our talk continues. Mastery takes practice, so set clear rules in your mind when facing this kind of toxic assault. You can step back within your thoughts, staying safe as you steady your mind and simply breathe. What is truly beautiful about this is that you do not need to be a professional speaker or a therapist to become unshakable. Practice until it feels natural to keep the conversation at your pace. Keep the talk simple, because simple lines work best. As you gain the inner power of mastering toxic people and create an unstoppable force within, know that your outer presence will begin to reflect an unshakable person in control of their thought. Dear souls, never feel guilty for being in charge of yourself. Never allow anyone, including yourself, to take your dignity from you. Even if the toxic manipulator calls you selfish, just think to yourself, right? I'm selfish because I trust myself over you. If that's selfish, then yes, I am selfish enough to protect myself. This will dismiss their verbal attack on you, but like a skilled manipulator, they will continue. Remember this: the greatest manipulator you will ever face is yourself. Be kind to yourself, to your thoughts, and to your beliefs. Do not look at the manipulator as something you did wrong. See it as awareness. There is darkness among us, but thankfully, there are far more good people than evil. Your unshakable self will now simply ignore any insults, knowing they are only tactics the toxic manipulator uses to pull you away from your peace. As they covertly unleash their verbal assault, what they are doing is fishing for anything they can say to cause a reaction in you. Remember, they have no desire to connect with you. It's all about controlling you. But listen closely. It's in that reaction that they find your weakness, which empowers their assault. Stay calm and steady. Never show them any emotion or reaction, for this is their fuel to steal your peace from you. As these skills become natural within you, you begin to embody the art of mastering toxic people. As you become unshakable, you will notice your voice becoming calm, steady, and confident. One of the most beautiful parts of this journey is realizing you no longer need to explain yourself. That in itself is victory. Thank yourself for that awareness, for it is liberating. Keep these new techniques close and use them whenever needed. As James Allen once said, "Calmness of mind is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom." Now, it is up to you to use your new techniques by keeping the conversation calm and guiding it in your direction. Gently move around their attempts to control your emotions. After all, that is the goal of the toxic manipulator. They do not care about having a real conversation. Their only interest is controlling your thoughts, emotions, and reactions. They are well practiced in this and often use their manipulative ways, serving you sweet poison hidden within their words. If you take it in before you know it, you are defending something you never even did. This time, you are the master of yourself. The fourth skill of mastering toxic people is keeping your peace. You do this by answering with short, truthful responses. Never go into long stories or explanations. Remember, this is the toxic manipulator's battlefield, where they scatter your thoughts and step on them at will. When challenged, use clean and direct replies. For example, "That is not correct. I am not discussing that. I have made my choice." The key to this is silence. Once you have made yourself clear, let silence do its work. When you stay calm in the midst of chaos, you are showing your greatest strength. Dyer. A toxic manipulator will often place their sweet poison in front of you. They are skilled at hiding their bait within blame, gossip, guilt, or even a false crisis. When they dangle this bait of sweet poison before you, remember, you can either take the bait or not. When the conversation turns and you find yourself in defense, or just uncomfortable with the topic, it's up to you to take charge and to bring the topic back to what you wish to discuss. Dear souls, if they resist your lead, calmly say, "Let us schedule this talk for another time." Then end the conversation with respect and quietly walk away. Use caution. Do not leave in a loud or dramatic way. Simply leave. Be clear yet kind. If you show emotion at this time, know that the toxic manipulator has gained ground and may return again in a different form. It will be the same toxic tactics wearing a new face, yet it remains the same dark manipulation. It often seems as if all toxic manipulators studied at the same dark school, the Academy of Lucifer. The fifth tool in mastering toxic people is personal space. Protect your space. If the conversation begins to go in circles, end it. If they twist your words, pause the talk or step away. If the room grows loud, step outside and take a slow, steady breath. Space is not revenge. Space is order. Space is your friend. Toxic people do not respect boundaries and see them as open ground for their attacks, because they know your personal space is sacred and untouchable by their darkness. As Rumi wrote, "Raise your words, not your voice. It is rain that makes flowers grow, not thunder." The sixth and final tool in mastering toxic people is desire. It is the desire to remain in your peace, to stay kind, to keep a loving spirit, and most importantly, the desire to stay safe in your own thoughts. Start building your desires in love, peace, harmony, and joy. Fill your soul with uplifting and kind words. See beauty where others see none. The more you focus on uplifting, spiritual thoughts, the less power the graduates of the Academy of Lucifer will have over your soul. Also, move your body and allow oxygen to flow throughout. Take deep, intentional breaths in, then slowly release them. If prayer is part of your practice, thank God for your new awareness. See yourself as you desire to be, while in the stillness. Take action by reading inspirational books that lift your mind and spirit. Listen to the stories on this channel for daily spiritual tools you can use today. Training your desires into habits can be challenging, so enjoy the journey. Be true to yourself, even when others are not. Speak to yourself as you wish others would. Treat yourself the way you desire others to treat you. As you continue your practice of mastering toxic people, know that you will naturally become unshakable. As Neville Goddard wrote, "Change your conception of yourself, and you will automatically change the world in which you live." Fellow souls, as we come to the end of our talk, know that toxic control can never win when you stay clear and true to yourself. You no longer match their chaos, for you now move to your own rhythm. You keep your values. You do not explain your peace. You protect it. If you need words to guide you today, hold these powerful affirmations close. I'm in control of my thoughts and desires. I speak in a calm and steady rhythm. I choose silence when a conversation turns into a trap. I choose love, peace, harmony, and joy. Move like a Zen gardener, calm hands guiding sand around a rock. No fight, only flow. With practice, you will move through toxic control with ease, quiet, steady, and free. Congratulations! You are now a graduate of mastering toxic people. You are unshakable. To deepen your understanding, I invite you to listen to Conquering All Liars Part 1, Mastering the Art of Standing in Your Truth right after this talk. You'll find the link in the description. Then, when you are ready, continue with Conquering All Liars Part 2, The Return Ride. These two stories flow beautifully with what we talked about today, and will gently guide you further into the art of mastering toxic people. I guarantee you will become unstoppable by learning this timeless, stoic wisdom shared in those two stories. Like this video so more souls can gain this wisdom. Share in the comments which of the 6 tools spoke to your soul the most. Let's grow stronger together in love. Peace. See you in the stillness. If this story spoke to you, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and remember to click the bell so you always hear a new story. And if you know someone who could use this message, share it with them. Because sometimes, a simple story is all it takes to spark something real.